Hey guys, Ningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so today we are taking on a special video that is kind of a fan request. Somebody mentioned it in the comments of the All Saiyan team versus the Shadow Dragon Super Battle Road. I was planning to do this before Kale and Caulifla came out, and then because there was so much stuff to do once they dropped, I never got around to doing it. And obviously now that they're here, they just make the video so much more impactful because of how their passive works. So this is of course going to be the Universe 6 only team versus the Universe Survival Saga Super Battle Road. Obviously Kale and Caulifla are ridiculously good on this stage because, as you know, they get a guaranteed super attack. Extra super attack if they are fighting a Universe Survival Saga enemy, which every single enemy on this run is, and then they get another additional super attack if they're fighting against a Pure Saiyan enemy, which the second and third fight of this particular Super Battle Road stage has. So as long as we keep one of the Pure Saiyans alive in the second and third fight, it means our Kale and Caulifla are going to be super attacking at least 3 times every single turn. Which, of course, one of the reasons that they are as good as they are is a unit that can stack their defense every time they super attack. As soon as they super attack multiple times in one turn, then obviously they're going to build up their defense to be ridiculously high. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're guaranteed a win just because of how good Kale and Caulifla are. I did actually try a test run or two on this stage before they came out. And the problem is that the rest of the team is not exactly made up of defensive juggernauts, because we have the Hit. We all know Hit can put out some pretty crazy numbers, but he doesn't really have great defense. We are going to go for the tech guy here, though, just because he's already stunned, which means Hit gets that massive boost to his attack stat. And then, of course, we've got Kefla. And we've got the AGL Caulifla on the team. I haven't pulled the Tech Caulifla, who would of course be absolutely perfect for this stage, because every single enemy is a Universe Survival Saga enemy, so she would literally never take any damage. But you can see there, even with a Whis active, Hit still taking about 40k. This should be pretty good though. Yeah, nice amount of damage. Keeps the stun on him as well. But yeah, so he's taking a fair bit of damage from his attacks. Fortunately, the Kale and Caulifla rotation, after the first turn, once they've actually been able to fire off a couple of supers, they're not really going to take any damage. And then Kefla, of course, has the ability to fire off multiple supers as well. And she does have a built-in dodge chance. It's just not as high as units like the AGL Caulifla. And then, of course, Kale and Caulifla build up their chance to dodge with the more they attack. So, of course, we're taking another super, which isn't dodged. So, quite a lot of damage. And then we have the Int Super Saiyan Kale is, of course, just a support unit. She supports Universe Survival Saga allies. So, obviously, everyone on the team qualifies for that. So, yeah, I guess we're going to have to do this. And then, I guess we can probably count on Hit stunning the STR guy, because I think Kale and Caulifla will get off enough attacks here that they probably will be able to take out Bergamo by themselves. So we'll get you to attack as well, and then let's go ahead and use this, and then yeah, we'll get Hit to attack you. So as you can see, like I was saying, we've had to use 2 items in the first fight already. The Universe 6 team, certainly not a team that's going to be no itemsing the Universe Survival Saga stage. Obviously, normally you have units like Jiren, who can help you out with the guaranteed stuns. And then units like Goku and Frieza, like Blue Evolution Vegeta, Ultra Instinct Goku. Units that have some pretty good defensive capabilities. Whereas on this team, we are pretty much reduced to only Kale and Caulifla, and then I did bring the Int Bota Magetta as well. I think it's 80%. If you're under 80% HP, they guard all attacks, so that can be very useful. And they do awaken with the hit medals, which means they do have fierce battle. So once we get our rotation sorted, I'll probably have them with hit, just for the fact that they both have fierce battle and they will be able to tank better than he can. And then we'll have LR, Kale and Caulifla on rotation with the AGL Caulifla. Of course he didn't stun him, but I think that puts us on enough health for Botomageta's passive to be active though, so that's fine. Because then we can just give him that, and then give Kefla all of these physical orbs. So we should be done here. Hit will still do a reasonable damage, yeah, 1.5. I think the hit friend that I found has 1 dupe, but mine does have 3. So I need to make sure actually once we are, because this is the rotation I want, but ideally I want my hit to be on rotation. Additional super. They do raise their defense when they super attack as well. So once they've got off their super attack, they can tank really well, even on Super Battle Road. But of course, we take him out with that additional super, so that's all good. So we're going to go into the second fight on full health. And of course now, with Kale, Caulifla and Kaba in this fight, LR, Kale and Caulifla are now going to be getting both of those guaranteed additional super attacks. So ideally, I think we want to try and just take out hit as quickly as possible. So that's 4, that's 5. Might as well get as much key as we can. Give you those. So they're only getting hit by Kaba, and then their defense will be super high. The only problem is, I guess, Caulifla and Kale. So we will go ahead and use an item. Just because there's 5 enemies. I mean, you guys know at this point what Super Battle Road be like. We could easily take like 3 super attacks this turn if we're unlucky. So I'm more than happy to use the item here just in case. And like I said, once Kale and Caulifla actually get off this first volley of attacks, they'll have buffed their defense at least 3 times. So they're already going to be at the point where they won't need an item to be able to tank normal attacks. So they get that guaranteed additional normal. Then here comes the first guaranteed additional super, thanks to Universe Survival Saga enemies. And then of course Pure Saiyans are here as well, so here's another guaranteed super attack. Then of course you have to factor in they have their hidden potential as well. I believe mine have 8 additional, so there you go. So that did trigger, but only as a normal attack. So potentially in this this and the third fight, they can, with the right RNG, super attack 4 times, which, as you see, they took out hit all by themselves. Dodge this? Okay. No dodge on the super attack, so the Whis, yeah, still 100,000 damage, so the Whis definitely a good idea there. And then I think Kale is only getting hit by Kaba, who she has type advantage over. Or she'll just dodge. Because she's a support unit, she doesn't really do anything else, so being an int type support unit, I'm pretty sure I gave her max dodge. So, yeah, this will be perfect. So we're on low enough health, Botomageta will guard against all these attacks. And of course the Whis is still active, so aside from a super attack, he should literally take no damage. In fact, we probably want to try and stun Kale. Even with the Whis active, if we could not take damage from her on hit, that would be quite nice. Yeah, double digits. That's the beauty of having all those abilities active at the same time, like guarding against all attacks and then having a damage reduction item. You're just not going to take any damage outside of a super. How much will this actually do? Because we've supered and raised our defense. Yeah, 26,000, that's basically nothing. And then 1.7 on hit. I probably should have tried to stun someone else other than Caulifla. I just kind of forgot to retarget somebody else. Because hit is probably... hopefully going to stun Kale here. Hey, there we go. So no damage to take from her. Oh, and the additional as well. So that gives him a nice little boost in attack as he's now attacking a stunned enemy. This is just the friend though. But can he? No crit. Okay, that's still decent though. So, ooh, okay. So LR, Kale and Caulifla could potentially take out... both Caulifla and Kale here, especially if we get AGL Caulifla to attack Kale, and then with all the guaranteed supers and everything, we should be all good to take out you. Actually, they've got so much ki already. Let's just give them that. And then we'll get Kefla. Actually, we will just keep it targeted on Kale just in case. And that's such a lot of physical orbs. The team does have quite a lot of HP as well, because obviously at least Hit does have a very strong leader skill. So we're not going to be in danger of dying here, even with the no dodge from Caulifla. Kale and Khalifa's defense is going to be so high here that nothing outside of a super attack is really going to deal any damage to them. And then of course here comes the cavalcade of super attacks from them. 1.7 million attack stat on a 12 key super attack. So I've said this before, like, people are still arguing about it even though we have them on global now and you can see it for themselves, but this is why everybody says this unit is the best unit in the game. It is entirely based on who you're fighting and the build of your team. I definitely will accept that. I discussed this with our boy Miri on Twitter the other day. The Go Bros, I think in the right circumstances could be considered better than Kale and Caulifla. But in an event like this, where their full passive is active and they're super attacking at least 3 times every single turn, it's kind of hard to argue with how ridiculously good they are. And yeah, we are down to literally just Bota Magea. I guess I probably should have taken out Bota Magea before Kaba, so we had the... we still had a pure Saiyan enemy around, but I mean, it's not really going to make any difference, is it? We're on low enough health for Bota Magea's passive to be active. We've got Kale on the rotation for a bit of extra support. So we should, in fact, looking at the Dokkan bar, even if we don't finish off Magea this turn, we should be able to finish this fight without using the Dokkan attack. So that leaves us in a very good position for the final fight, where of course we have Goku and Vegeta, so we have a pure Saiyan enemy for Kale and Caulifla. So, and there you go. Took him out. Nice big damage from Hit. And so here we go. So the final fight on this stage is actually a little bit harder than you might remember. The all 4 of these units are particularly quite tanky and can deal quite a bit of damage. So definitely can't underestimate them. Of course, Goku's attacking in every single slot, so there's no like safe place to put Hit. Also, I don't know if we will get the Dokkan attack this turn, because obviously I really don't want to get it with Kale and with just Caulifla, but I would much rather put the LR in the middle spot. Yeah, because if we put them here, we can't even get their 18 key super. So I guess if we avoid same type orbs, we should be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use... We will use the Whis just for the extra bit of defense, just because of all the attacks that we're taking here. So let's go for... Yeah, do we want to go... Actually, yeah, let's take out 17 first. I mean, we can grab those. Okay, yeah, we should be fine. So we want to try and stun Goku, because obviously he has type advantage over Hit. That would be incredibly useful. And we managed to avoid the Dokkan bar, especially because if we can stun Goku for the actual 2-turn stun, and he's stunned at the beginning of next turn, that means we can get the Dokkan attack with Hit, which will of course give him that massively boosted attack stat. Hey, and Caulifla comes through and actually dodges those attacks. 3.5 million for Kale and Caulifla on turn 1 with no support unit on the rotation. So let that sink in. Mine has 1 dupe. So that is actually really good. And 2 million on the 12 key supers as well. That is actually ridiculous. And then of course the fact they are stacking their defense with each one of these super attacks. So yeah, unless they get super attacked, especially with the Whis active, we are not taking any damage in this middle spot here. And look at that, the combination of AGL Caulifla and the LR, we've almost completely taken out physical Android 17. So the Dokkan attack on this next turn should be all she wrote for him. Hey, and we get the stun on Goku. Unfortunately, no way to tell with this system whether you're getting the 1-turn stun or the 2-turn for units that have the ability to do both. Obviously it's nice that they added that update that we can actually see without having to wait and look at the status bar at the top. But oh yes, excellent, there you go. So we got the 2-turn stun. So Whis is still active, but we will use another item just because, I mean, even with a Whis active, we know hit is not going to do the most damage. I wonder the best way to, because his attack stat will be higher if we attack Goku, but he'll deal more damage if we attack Vegeta. I guess it makes sense to go for the higher attack stat because the attack is spread across all the enemies. So even though we'll only see it do the specific amount of damage to Goku, it will deal more damage to Vegeta, and then we will easily take out 17 here. So let's target Frieza with you and Kefla. Actually, yeah, because ideally we want Vegeta to survive, if anyone, so that we still have a pure Saiyan enemy for Kale and Caulifla. So let's see if we can actually get a decent Dokkan mode here. Okay, not too fast. Perfect. All 7. So what can we get out of our boy Hit? So 2.3 million attack stat for Hit. Mine's at 90%, like I said. So, I mean, yeah, he does get underrated because he doesn't have a lot of defense, but that's a pretty good attack stat. It's just unfortunate. Hit, when he first came out, we were all kind of blown away by like just how much damage and stuff that he could do. But yeah, unfortunately in this current meta, his lack of defense does make him a unit that people don't really talk about much anymore. But wow, look at that. So we took out Goku and 17, and then the additional from Hit finished off Vegeta. So unfortunately no pure Saiyan enemy left, but it really doesn't matter at this point, because if Frieza actually survives this attack from Kefla, yeah, Kale and Caulifla aren't even going to need all of their supers to finish him off. But Kefla looks like she wants to finish the job here. We get one more additional super. Can we get another one? So he survives with the tiniest sliver of health. And we will go ahead and let the best unit in the game finish the job here. Full 24 key super. Even though there's no pure Saiyan, we're guaranteed 3 super attacks. So yeah, it's not going to take that many. 3.4 million with the support Kale on the rotation. So yeah, Hit can be good even without his defense, but you can kind of see that they definitely pulled their weight in this run, the LR Kale and Caulifla. That was absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, I don't think this team's capable of the no item run just because no one else really on the team is capable of tanking to any sort of reasonable degree. But I mean, hey, we beat our record for the stage by just over a full minute, so I'll take that. And we didn't use all the items, so not bad at all for the full Universe 6 team. I was very disappointed to see that the obviously Physical Champa, who is a support unit for Universe 6, and then the AGL Vardos, who is really good support unit for Universe 6, has built-in dodge and attack lowering. Both of them are from the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament arc, so they're not in the Universe Survival Saga category, because I would quite happily drop probably Kefla and the AGL Caulifla for them, just to bring them. They are such good support units. But I guess with the next, maybe the next stage of Super Battle Roads, maybe not the next stage, who knows. I mean, eventually we're going to get one for every single category, but I could definitely see a Universe 6 one coming. And then I would probably recommend, like I say, this build, but just drop the AGL Caulifla and Kefla for Vados and Physical Champa. But anyway, there you go. That is the full Universe 6 only team versus the Universe Survival Saga Super Battle Road. Done and dusted. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Obviously, like I said, this was based on a request that I saw in the comments, even though I was planning to do it anyway. But like I said, it kind of got away from me, and then when I saw someone asking for it, I was like, yeah, I should go back and do that. So any requests that you guys have for team builds against Super Battle Road, you know I'm always down for it if it can be done. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.